Good evening, everyone. I have the privilege to interviewing Mr. Sidi Mohamed Diawara, and he's been to Haiti in 3 trips. So today I have the privilege to interview him. He agreed to it, so it's a honor to have him and bringing us some information. So we're gonna say good evening to Mr. Sidi. Good evening, Mr. Sidi.
Good evening and bonsoir tout le monde.
We was welcome.
Smithsonian's, welcome back. Yeah. This ain't just content. It's purpose. Purpose over popularity. We building legacy, not just views. Every story got meaning. Every voice got truth. Camera rolling, vision clear. We turn purpose into impact here. Smith says, let's go. Let's go.
It's a pleasure to have you doing our podcast today. So thank you for the honor. And tell us about yourself. Tell me a little bit about you.
Thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure to be here with you this evening. My name is Sidi Mohamed Diawara, as you rightly put it. I'm originally from Mali in West Africa, so a French-speaking country.
Yes.
So I like to tell people that my French is better than my English, but I try to manage.
Okay.
I wish I could directly address our Haitian audience in Creole, but I understand just a little bit, just enough to get my way around. Having said that, I'm an electoral expert.
Oh.
I've been working in the field of democracy, governance, and elections for the past almost 30 years.
Oh, okay.
And my experience has been mostly overseas in Africa, mostly. And I remember my very first experience working on the election program was during a transition in Liberia, which is one of the oldest countries in West Africa, in Africa, I would say, where I was assigned as a country director of the National Democratic Institute to support the civil society and the political process in Liberia post-conflict election. So my life has been in election, working in West Africa, Central Africa, traveling throughout the continent and supporting different projects funded either by the United Nations or by the United States through what we used to know as USAID, which was dismantled sometime this year.
This new administration it came to power.
So the past 25 years, I've been in the field of elections and working with international organizations. And it's true that I had the privilege to go to Haiti and work with the government of Konil for a short period of time.
Oh, all right, great. Thank you for that introduction. So now, when you went to Haiti, when was the first time you went to Haiti?
I went to Haiti in 2025 for the first time.
Oh,
surprisingly.
Okay. So that was just last year.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. When the transition kicked off after the signing of the accord, USAID had started a big program working with 3 U.S. institutions, the National Democratic Institute, the International Republican Institute, and the International Foundation for Electoral Systems. Now, each one of these institutes would work with a segment of the Haitian political, if you like it, political society. The International Republican Institute was working with civil society. The National Democratic Institute was working with political parties.
Okay.
And the International Foundation for Electoral Systems was working with the CAP, which is the Provisional Electoral Commission of Haiti.
Okay.
So I came in through the International Foundation for Electoral System.
Oh, okay.
As they were assisting the government and the CAP to establish an election project. That's how I came in. For the first time.
So so that was your responsibility to establish the CAP and help the temporary government with this project, correct?
Well, actually, IFES was working as a technical support agency with the CAP.
Okay.
And through that, the Prime Minister asked the U.S. Embassy, how can the embassy support his office by posting an international advisor who would be in charge of elections and political processes. So then the embassy at that time discussed it with IFES. So IFES proposed to hire a senior election advisor to be posted at the office of the prime minister.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
consulted. I went to Haiti. We had an initial meeting. Then they decided to assign me to the office of Gary Konil. And that's how I was introduced to the prime minister.
Oh, okay. So that's wonderful. So you were working side by side with him.
Exactly.
And to help with the stabilization for the election coming, or for the prime minister to get situated.
Right. It was more of a technical and advisory position.
Okay.
Now, if you remember the way the accord was crafted, elections were due to take place at the end of the transition.
Yes, at the end of it.
But during the transition, a number of reforms were to take place, including the electoral reforms. So the prime minister wanted to have, as part of his cabinet, a team of experts that could advise him, give him guidance, and also help him make the right choice, or at least put on the table the right policy framework that would help during the electoral reform process.
Okay, how long this project took, and since you said that you've been only, the first time was just the 2025.
Correct.
So then you had already, so how many times you have gone to Haiti, and from 2025 till now? So
I've been to Haiti 3 times.
Okay.
The second time, I stayed much longer.
Okay.
Because I was supposed to, I was already engaged with the office of the prime minister.
Okay.
I had I wasn't based in the primature, but we had an office at Montana area where I was based. But I would go to the primature every now and then I would also work on technical documents that I would pass on to the prime minister, advising on different matters, including the vote of the diaspora, the different reforms, and how, for instance, the government should approach the electoral reforms and voters registration, because it was one of the key issues. Given the high level of population displacement, it was very much critical. And also election security. So I had to look at all these issues: election security, voters registration, produce on a regular basis pieces of what we call technical papers for the prime minister.
Okay.
So I was between the primature, the Montana where we were staying, but I also going to the CAP, because CAP, the technical arm of elections, I mean the election management body, I had to also engage with them in my capacity as an advisor at the office of the prime minister.
Okay.
Now, at some point, I came back to the U.S., especially during the elections, with the CAP, because we had planned to have several meetings in the U.S. and also allow the CAP to monitor the U.S. general elections of 2025. And then after that, we went back to Haiti. And I continued to work with the office of the prime minister till the time the prime minister was replaced by the Conseil présidentiel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. All right. So now my question for you, did you have a team with you? Did you travel with a team, or when you, were you in Haiti, have like maybe a team with you that was doing this kind of work? Because this was like very, very important assignment that you have. So was it only you, or was there other people that you brought along with you, or other Haitians in the government that was like assigned also to work with you? So how'd that work?
The position was not meant to be a team. It was
Okay.
meant to be an expert position working in the office of the prime minister.
Okay.
However, the prime minister already had a national expert working with him. And one of them later on will become Ministre Délégué aux Élections when the government changed. So I was working with the team of national experts based at the primature, but also interacting with the commission that was in charge of the reforms.
Okay. With this assignment, what would you consider to be your most significant accomplishment while working in Haiti?
Now, it's, I would say, First of all, I believe, and through the work we were doing with IFES and all the other USAID grantees, that we had managed to take the issue of electoral reform or political reform to the other level, and not get stuck in the conflict that was always brewing between politicians in the Haitian society. It's just unfortunate that we were on the right track to come up with solid, solid propositions and even policy reforms that we were preparing to put on the table when the prime minister was changed. Most Haitians know the story. Issues between the prime minister and the Conseil Presidentiel leading to Konil leaving and then the appointment of a new prime minister. So we had a framework of intervention that was ready. Then, of course, when USAID was terminated or the project was terminated, it was taken over by the Haitian national expert who were already working at the primature.
So the USAID, which was terminated here in America, actually have an impact in the work that you were doing in Haiti for the electoral reform and policy reforms for the elections and things like that. So because of that, I'm assuming things has ended prematurely.
Things have ended prematurely, I would even say abruptly. First, we had a period where, because of the violence, gangs were attacking in Port-au-Prince, we were evacuated to Cap Haitien. So we moved to Cap Haitien, and we even we had an executive leadership workshop that we organized with CEP in Cap Haitien for a period of almost 10 days. We had to move the entire team to Cap Haitien in order to work from them, because the violence, the level of violence in Port-au-Prince was such that it wasn't safe anymore for us. Then when all of that stopped, the technical support that was being provided to CEP also stopped. The technical assistance being provided to political parties, all the training programs being provided to political parties stopped. The support being given to the civil society also stopped, because the three institutes that I mentioned in the introduction, during the introduction, were working with those different segments: civil society, political parties, and the election management body. And I, as an advisor, I was working with the prime minister. So imagine that you are in a situation where things are picking up, policy framework are being put together, new ideas are being groomed and formed, and partners are getting, receiving capacity building interventions, benefiting from that, and all of a sudden, everything stopped.
So all of a sudden, everything stopped. Was it because of the gang violence and displacement from Port-au-Prince to Cap Haitien, or was it also because of the USAID program was discontinued?
The gang violence did not end the project because, like I mentioned, we were able to operate from Cap Haitien, and CEP was also able to conduct some of its activities in the different districts, even though there's still Port-au-Prince remain challenging. They were able to work outside of the capital city. Now, the real reason why the project ended was the dismantling of USAID. So all of a sudden, the government changes, Trump takes over, a new administration came in, and then you know the story. Someone who has nothing to do with government was put in charge of reviewing USAID and literally destroyed it. Or ended millions of, I would say, thousands of projects around the world. It wasn't just Haiti, but I would say the impact of USAID was felt everywhere in this world, including European countries, Africa, Asia, America. So it was the new policy, the ending of USAID, that caused the abrupt, sudden end of the project in Haiti.
No, all right. Thank you so very much. These are great information that we are covering that with Mr. Sidi Mohamed Diawara, and we are continue with our questioning. And thank you so much for answering this. I apologize because I wish that we would have done that We could have done that in Creole or
Creole.
in French, so I'm more comfortable in English and Creole, but you are more comfortable in English and French, so
French.
I'm not gonna do any French.
We will try in Creole another day.
Okay, yes, another time, another day. Okay, so next question I have for you. Okay, based on your experience in Haiti, what are the most urgent needs facing the Haitian people today?
It's obvious that today the first thing Haiti needs is security and stability. When it comes to nation building, and particularly when you look at the history of Haiti, violence has marked a bit too much the life of Haitian people. And today, institutions are not functioning properly. Thousands of Haitians are displaced within their own country, sometimes within their own city.
Yeah.
Thousands of Haitians have been had to leave the country, are refugees, are in exile elsewhere, particularly in the United States and other places. What Haiti needs the most is security.
Okay.
But that security, it does not mean that everything else has to stop. It's such like security, the work on security has to go hand in hand with other reforms and other political debates, because the country cannot just stop living because there is no security. Things have to continue. Investment must continue. The government must try to provide employment opportunities for those who can work. And also the administration of the country in general must improve, and governance must improve, as we generally talk about it. But security today is key.
Okay.
Security is key.
Security and stability.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and so it can stop the. So now I have a question that wasn't in my list. So you being an advisor was sent to Haiti, and you were into the government and advising, you know, all these branches and departments and all that. So that show that America is the one responsible for providing this connection or this service to the USAID, but that also shows that America have a say in what a politician must do or must abide by or must follow. Wouldn't you say that?
When I was consulted for this position, and one thing I told IFES, because IFES contacted me first before I got to speak with the US ambassador, I told him that an advisor, to be an advisor, you must remain independent. I would not consider any job in which I will be obliged to go along the line of a particular government or given government, even if that government is the donor. They like to say the one who gives the money tend to control the narrative.
Yes, that is so
before
true.
I went to Haiti, I must. This is a part of my my life experience. I worked with 2 prime ministers in Mali as an advisor, so I know I was familiar already with that sort of political setting. I worked with 2 prime ministers, and both were satisfied with the kind of work I did with them.
Prime ministers where?
In Mali.
Oh, in Mali.
Yeah, 2 prime ministers in Mali,
Yeah,
in
okay.
2017, 2018, 2019. I left. I actually resigned from a similar position in Mali to go to the Central African Republic to manage an election project funded by UNDP. But having said that, when I came to Haiti, and during my official introduction with the US ambassador, I went to meet with the prime minister, with the US ambassador, and the ambassador himself said, look, this is an advisor. He will work with you. He is not carrying the U.S. policy or U.S. point of view on anything.
Okay.
He will give an independent advice on the subjects on which he's an expert when it comes to elections or electoral assistance or reforms. Because I've been involved also in political reforms as well, because I've been member of Constitutional Reform Committee before.
Okay.
So when it comes to political reform, especially during crisis or post-crisis situation, I do bring some, I would consider a solid background.
Okay.
So therefore, the idea was, I come as an independent, even though the U.S. was paying my salary, I was not there to defend or promote any political view of the United States government.
Okay. You were there because you were an expert that was chosen, and you are very good at what you do.
Yep.
Saying you have your background that can speak for itself. So with that said, you do travel all over the world because to be able to be an expert on political policy, and you have been with 2 prime ministers in Mali and other countries. So where else that have you been that were successful and that you were participate in the political reforms?
I was in Liberia. It was, I must say, if you remember the first female president, elected president in Africa, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I was part of the international electoral assistance through which she came to power.
Oh,
so that was a very successful period of time in Liberia. We worked with women, we worked with the youth, civil society, and political parties. It was a successful process. I also work in Cote d'Ivoire with political parties.
Oh.
Yeah, I work in Senegal.
Yeah, you traveled the world.
I work in Senegal.
Yes,
I work in the Central African Republic, in Burkina Faso. After the change in 2014, I went to manage the UNDP election project in Burkina Faso.
So speaking of Burkina Faso, you're the one who bring it on in this conversation. So, I mean, you worked with him in the past before he become into power. Is that correct?
I worked with the transitional president. 2014-15 to the elections of Rochmark Kabore, who became president, elected president at the end of 2015 and took over in 2016.
Okay.
Now, he served 2 terms before the military came in, overthrew him, and then he still lives in Burkina Faso, but I have not worked with the military regime.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do not intend to.
All right, so we'll leave that for another. We'll leave that for another time. Okay, so since you left prematurely because USAID was, terminated, so how many? I mean, you said you've been to Haiti 3 times. So what was the other 2 times that take you there, or was it like within a short period of time you had to go back to back? First, second, and third time.
I have to go back to back. First, I needed to go and do my own assessment of the political situation before I took the job.
Okay.
Then I came back, took the job, was officially introduced to the Prime Minister.
Okay.
Started working.
Okay.
And then at some point we came to the United States for exposure visits. Then I returned.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed in Port-au-Prince for quite some time till Gary Konil left. But even after the appointment of Prime Minister Fils-Aimé, I was still there.
Okay.
We were waiting for Prime Minister Fils-Aimé to re-engage with us and see what is it that we can do with my position, and would I continue or not. But now, if you remember when he established, when his government was appointed, he elected to choose a ministre délégué aux élections. So, which technically would make my position redundant.
Okay.
However, the embassy, U.S. Embassy and the USAID thought that I could still continue to provide technical assistance to CAP and eventually work with the ministre délégué aux élections.
Okay.
Now, when violence got to a point where evacuation was ordered, then we moved to Cap-Haïtien. We worked from there for some time before the new U.S. administration got into its own new policy and ended all the funding.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so now with USAID being terminated, non-existence, are there any projects or initiatives in Haiti that you believe should continue receiving support and attention when it's come to the reform of political turmoil that they are going through?
Yeah, UNDP still has election support projects running, even though it's very limited in terms of operations. is still there. And they work with CEP, and they intend to extend it to the entire country if security allows to do that. So that is a program that needs to continue. I believe today, the situation of Haiti is not a lack of expertise. It's not a lack of knowledge when it comes to election or running election. It's more of a lack of political, the capacity for Haitians to make political compromise in such a way that the process can move forward and that everybody feels like they are create a win-win situation for everybody. Now, in a situation where there is no trust between political actors, you need what I would call a third party to facilitate, to facilitate the process, to help re-establish trust in the process.
Okay.
So in that, and also you need that third party to be able to attract international funding. Haiti has already put in a significant amount of money into what they call the basket fund, which is the fund established for the sole purpose of organizing elections.
Okay.
Now, the basket fund, the host country would put money in, UNDP would put money in, and all the other donor countries that are interested can put money into it. The money is used to run elections. Now, you need a third party to manage that funding, to ensure elections are run properly and peacefully. So that project needs to be supported. I'm happy to see it's still there and it continues. Now, beyond the UNDP, there are other organizations always interested in Haiti. And I'm certain the Francophonie, Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, is also engaged. I work with one of the experts because, the world of elections is kind of small. We tend to know each other. So, and we consult a lot. OEF is also interested, and I believe I would strongly recommend that they continue to provide support to Haiti.
Okay. Yeah. So with that said, would you, are you still interested in continuing collaborating with the Haitian community in Haiti? Do you have ties with anyone in Haiti? Do you have friends? Do you have connection? Do you have people that you can talk to that can, even if you're not there, but you can actually advise when, things like that surface, or to at least to get to the bottom of it, or maybe to a little bit ease the way, since you're not physically underground in Haiti, as an expert that you are, and as your job assignment that you had, which was like a great, what I would say, not a position, but I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. So
it was rather high level. When it comes to working with government. Now, I continue to have my network of friends and colleagues in Haiti. I regularly talk to people who work with me. I maintain a relationship with members of CEP and colleagues at UNDP. And this year, I was invited by Chatham House to a meeting in Toronto to discuss Haiti and the momentum when it comes to election. So that was a great opportunity because I met with the Haitian Diaspora in Canada, ambassadors, UNDP country representative, UN representatives. It was another way of continuously engaging when it comes to Haiti and the prospect of a stable and free electoral process.
Given the opportunity, or if the opportunity presents itself in a different way, would you willing to go back to finish the job or to participate in forms and that need to be, Now,
I would say this is not a job that is to be finished. It's a continuation. It's a continuation of it. Any prime minister, particularly in countries that have been through conflict or serious crisis, any prime minister needs political advisor. People who will be able to tell him even things that he doesn't want to hear. That's the role of an advisor. Now, when I work with two other prime ministers in Mali, I was giving them my expert opinion on political issues, political processes, propose reforms, propose laws, and sometimes you have a position. Your employer, the prime minister, might have a different opinion because of his own political interests. So today, I would say, if I had the opportunity again, I would definitely go back to Haiti. But every time I say that, people were like, "Are you sure about that for the security?" I've been to countries that were just coming out of war. I mentioned Liberia to you. The first time I landed in Liberia, you couldn't go outside of the capital city if you did not have a UN military escort. Now, Haiti is not worse.
No.
I've been there. Of course, obviously, the problem with Haiti is that you have gangs. Elsewhere in Africa, we used to what we call rebel groups.
Yes, that's what we have right now too. I remember back in the days.
When it comes to
in Rwanda,
absolutely,
with the story of Rwanda, and now look what it's turned out to be.
The outlook may be different, but the consequences when it comes to violence and life disruption is the same. So, yes, I will definitely go back to Haiti if I had the opportunity. Especially now that I have a greater consciousness of what is happening and what is possible, and that I continue to discuss with my friends back in Port-au-Prince.
Wonderful to hear that. Okay, what message would you like to share with the Haitian community, both in Haiti and throughout the diaspora?
This is you see, I don't, as an African who has I would say, similar background to
Haitians.
Haitians.
I mean, we are descendants
of Africans.
We are brothers, whatever.
Exactly.
I don't think we're any different, so I don't want...
You'd be surprised in Africa how much we were learning about Haiti and the political history of Haiti. Mm-hmm. And I always remember one of Aimé Césaire's publication, the tragedy of King Christophe.
Oh.
In French, it's called La Tragédie du Roi Christophe.
Roi Christophe.
And I remember one part of the book. It's a play. Christophe looks at, he takes his binocular, he's looking into the field, and he sees a peasant sleeping. It was not break time yet. Mm-hmm. He orders that the peasant will be killed because it was not time to rest.
Yeah.
Now, his wife tells him, the queen tells, "You're asking too much of mankind." He said, "Yes, I'm asking too much of mankind, but not enough of black people. Because we are the only one who've been through slavery, colonization, and all the evil that you can imagine our people went through. So therefore, we need to do more than others.
Rise.
We need to do more.
We rise.
Now, that's just between parentheses to tell you how much Haiti is important to us.
The similarity, that we have.
Now, I would say, talking about, for instance, when it comes to Haiti, Haitians living in Haiti, and politicians in Haiti. When I was there, I had a discussion with some of my colleagues, and I asked them if they were familiar with the recent political history of Algeria. During the year 1990 up to 2000, Algeria was going through an incredible crisis. Terrorism, violence everywhere. They had, it came up after the government nullified some elections, local and legislative elections, that the Islamic Party was winning. Mm-hmm. Then they decided to take up arms. They will enter a village and kill everybody, even children. They will bomb in police stations. They will go plant bombs in courts everywhere. They will kill doctors. They will kill lawyers. It went on for about 10 years. It was a level never seen before in Africa, particularly in Northern Africa. Now, how did they manage to end it? At some point, they realized total security solution will never end this violence. today what we see, there are a lot of efforts being made to curtail violence in Haiti. Forces are there, Kenyans and other international forces are there battling. The national police, PNH, is always fighting. But at some point, you need to sit down and look at it. What is that we need to give in order to stabilize the country and get rid of this? In Algeria, they decided to pass a law. They call it Loi du Concordat National, which means a national sort of national reconciliation law.
Would you say that is something like amnesty?
It's led to the amnesty of a number of terrorists, those who decide to lay down arms and reintegrate society. Some were put into rehabilitation or recovery training and all of that, and so that they can reintegrate society. But they were given a time frame to do that. If you lay down your arms, you join the program within this time period, you will be forgiven.
Okay.
Now, in Haiti, I'm not saying you need to do exactly what Algeria did, but there are things you can learn from that. Because today, Haitians are killing Haitians. Haitians are killing Haitians. Now, the youth, the country is losing significant number of its children in this violence.
Yes.
So at some point you need to look at it. What is that? How can we attract these out of violence? You will not be able to kill everybody. You will not be able to arrest everybody. Even if you were to arrest everybody, you're not going to have enough prison to put them in.
Yeah.
So somehow you need to strike a balance.
Yeah.
Where is that we can put in place a program to reintegrate?
Where we can have a common ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's important that people in Haiti, whether they are political parties, civil society, religious leaders, that at some point they come together and think, do some critical thinking. Maybe they're already doing it. They're already doing it. But how far are they willing to go? Because it's very difficult. If somebody whose family was literally wiped out by gangs, if you tell the person, please forgive the gang, it would be difficult to swallow.
Yeah.
Anybody in the person's position would have difficulty accepting. Now, you have the gangs, but these are Haitians.
But also that will bring us to have like a government that understand and stand for the people.
Absolutely.
So that is like, it's all what they look for Haitians, government, or as they always said, l'État.
Oui, l'État.
Les politiciens.
Yeah.
So they are responsible for the people. They are working for the people. But unfortunately, in Haiti, governments are not working for the people. The people need to claim that right back to let them know that we elect you, or whether or not we did not elect you, you've been put in power. But you can be outnumbered. Because we are the people.
That's right.
What the people is missing out, and they don't claim that power back. They don't hold on to it. It seems like they don't understand they have that power. But so they need to make their government, regardless who they are, being placed in the position, be there temporarily. But it's need to be known that you are being put here to work for the people.
That's right, Nadia. But you see, it takes an organized civil society or political class to get to that level. Obviously, government, whether it's a temporary one or a transitional government, any government must be accountable to the people. It doesn't matter how you got yourself there.
Yeah.
If you are a government, you must be accountable to the people. You don't become prime minister because you have for a forest.
Connection, yeah.
It's not a forest, it's a population.
Well, that too, I mean, now, it's also included.
Right, it takes it takes a lot of organization for Haitians living in Haiti, civil society particularly, to bring people together and hold the government accountable. Come up with some strong policy propositions.
I think you just answered my next question. My next question would have been like, what advice would you give to organizations, leaders, and volunteers who wish to support Haiti and contribute to its development?
Now, I will try to answer that by very quickly addressing the point about the diaspora. Same thing. I have noticed that there's an incredible, vibrant Haitian diaspora in the United States.
Very strong.
Now,
Yeah.
it might not be, they might not be that strong in Canada, but they are.
In
They're
the United States, yeah, they are.
Canada and the United States. You must find a way to come together. If people in Ohio work in their corner, people in Florida work at their corner, and so forth, you're not going to achieve much. You need to find a way to bring the diaspora, the Haitian diaspora together, to have a serious dialogue on how they can contribute to the stabilization process and security in Haiti, to come up with policy propositions. And that is something that is critical. The diaspora would make a difference when it comes to Haiti. I strongly believe in that. But again, it's gotta be organized. You cannot go each group on their own way. If the diaspora in the Americas could come together, you will bring in the diaspora in Europe. That would be much easier. But because of you are a few minutes away from Haiti. When you live in Florida, you are about what, 1 hour? One hour from Port-au-Prince?
Yeah.
From Port-au-Prince? So you need, in the Americas, you need to come together. When I say the Americas, I'm talking about Southern and Central America, Northern America, coming together. You need to constitute a force that will drive the change in Haiti. You can do it. Now, going back to civil society inside the country, all the leaders in the country, again, I will insist on what? It takes visionary leaders to bring people together. Now, those visionary leaders must be also willing to take a step back. If you want to lead people, you don't have to be in front. You don't want to organize people because you want to be president. You want to be elected at parliament. You want to be put in this position. It's got to be, there must be people in Haiti who are genuinely interested in security, stability, and the development of Haiti, who are not for a political position.
Exactly.
And I believe they exist. You can find that in Haiti. Now, it takes also a level of trust to bring people together. Now, how many are there today in Port-au-Prince, Cap-Haïtien, Jacque, and other places that can bring the Haitian civil society together? When I mention civil society, I'm talking about the traditional NGOs, associations, women groups, but I'm also talking about religious groups, religious
leaders.
Religious leaders, whether they are Christian, whether they are Voodoo, whatever affiliation, religious affiliation they have, the common interest is certainly security and peace in Haiti.
Yes.
That should be the driving force. And the leaders, if the leaders of these different segments cannot bring
the people
together, then I must question their ability of leadership.
Their interests as well.
I must question their interests.
So in other words, is that we need to get out of our comfort zone.
Absolutely.
We need to bring ourselves together.
Yeah.
We need to reunite.
Yeah.
We need to stand up together.
Absolutely.
Which we used to do. I remember back in the days in the 1990s when I was a young adult in Brooklyn, New York, where when we had the first Democratic elected president, who was Jean-Bertrand Aristide.
1994, I remember.
It was 1990. And he got a coup in 1991 and came here and came back again to 1994. But I remember as a young adult when I was growing up in Haiti, I mean in Brooklyn, so when we used to organize rallies, when we used to organize manifestation, you know, so when we were tagged with certain diseases that they said that we were the one who's bringing these things into the United States and all that, where we stood up together, we rallied together, we marched together, and we had answered. But now people tend to be in too much comfort. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone.
Right.
They don't want to do what need to be done. But what they don't realize, if we need a better Haiti, if we need a better tomorrow for our children, for our youth, so what legacy we're going to leave behind if we don't take those risks? So people are not willing to take any risks anymore. So that is one of the things, as Mr. Sidi just mentioned, we need to organize. It's not one organization, left and right, up and down, you know, east to west, but we need everybody to come together. We
Absolutely.
need that togetherness. We need to not have a political agenda or political interest, but we need to come together where we're gonna want a better tomorrow and a better Haiti. And if all these other countries has overcome it, so us as well can overcome it. So I do greatly believe in that, and I
absolutely.
appreciate
And
and I
coming
appreciate that.
together does not mean that you will lose your identity.
No, definitely
You
not.
can come together. You all can keep your identity as such, but you all from Haiti. And but once you have one message, one narrative, then you are likely to make a way.
And we are very proud Haitians.
Absolutely.
We are resilient.
Yeah.
We always overcome no matter what being thrown at us. So we were the first Black nation, we're the first Black republic who, you know, abolished slavery.
Yep, and became
So-
independent.
And we gained our independence. And it wasn't, you know, back then we didn't have, you know, the guns and violence and this and that. Then we were just slaves. So, you know, our ancestors fought too hard. We come way too far to end up, you know, what we are seeing today. And definitely the narrative need to be changed. The conversation need to be having, and the difficult topic need to be discussed. So, which a lot of people nowadays, they're too sensitive about it. Don't discuss this. Don't say this. Don't say that. Me, as a proud Haitian who've been in the United States for almost 40 years, I always say I'm Haitian. Not one day, never miss on that. And I know my background. I know my descendants. And also, very important is that you know where you come from.
Absolutely.
So that is the most important thing. And also, want a better tomorrow, want a better Haiti, want what's right. So that's what's important. So I totally agree when you said the narrative need to be changed, and there's a lot of things that can be done. For me, it's like get out of the comfort zone. Don't have like one thing like it, you don't have to seek the visibility. You can do everything in the background. You can do behind the scene. You can work things and put things together. But all the organization, every diaspora all over the world, if you are Haitian watching this piece right now. So I hope that what your only takeaway, if you have to take something, is we need to get together. We need to reunite.
Absolutely.
And that l'union fait la force. Ça c'est moi, nous déjà comme ça déjà. Si nous gagnons li comme slogan nous, l'union fait la force. Li dit li, les nous unis nous, n'a gon force qui extrême côté que nous ka take over and faire ça qui recommandé, qui demandé, et puis pour nous ka gagner un Haïti qui plus belle Haïti pour demain. Eh bien, Miss, we are like about to end our piece. So we thank so very much, Mr. Sidi, and I so appreciate that the time you allow me to have this conversation with you. There's a first time for everything. There's a lot of things that I learned, and I didn't know your background was in political, so in politics, for say. Then, but I truly do appreciate it. So. For my last question, And I will say, looking back on your experience in Haiti, what lesson did you learn that could help guide future humanitarian and development efforts in the country?
Hey, when I look at Haiti, I look at first the geography. See, Haiti and Cuba are two places too close to the United States that for a long period of time were more like a contre-model because Haiti first, slaves rise against the master, take the country over, declare their independence. If Haiti were to succeed, what message was Haiti sending to blacks in the United States?
Exactly.
You see, so Haiti to succeed, what message France metropole, what's the message? That they lose because Haiti was the most prosperous colony and based on slavery.
Yeah.
The economy was a slave economy.
Yeah.
Anyway, when you're too close to a superpower that will project itself as the right model, as the righteous leader of this world, don't be surprised that the tendency is to try to make you fail somehow. To make you fail. And Haitian, each and every Haitian should keep that in mind and then factor that whenever they're analyzing the situation in Haiti and it's try to project a different Haiti, a Haiti out of poverty, a Haiti out of crime, particularly the gangs, the Haiti free of gangs. So you look at that and you also somehow, what I would personally, I always complain about the fact that Africa has not engaged enough with Haiti. We have an African Union, even though we have a lot of problems in Africa, but Africa could have done more. Africa can do more for Haiti. And Haiti, to me, also should try to reach out to Africa. It has to go both ways. I remember when the earthquake happened, President Abdoulaye Wade offered scholarship to Haitian students. I happened to be in Senegal at that time. And I remember that we had a big festival and Wycliffe Jean came to play in Dakar and all of that. So but that's just one example. That's just one country. 54 countries in Africa, we need to do more for Haiti. But again, Haiti needs to, in terms of diplomacy, they need to reach out to the continent. That's something I wanted to really raise as part of this conversation. But again, things are not going to change overnight. And
it didn't happen overnight.
Exactly. When the West is helping, they say helping, they will help you in such a way that you may remain dependent forever.
Needy.
Exactly.
You have to be needy.
If Nadia needs $100 to survive in a day, you're not going to get that.
$100.
You will get $40 or $20.
$20.
And then so that the next day you come back again, ask for more. Then I can always have my conditions on how
to impose your condition on me.
That's something that is really critical. We need to look at it. And today, I will come back again to the diaspora. I think the diaspora is what I would call the gold mine for Haiti.
And they know that.
The gold mine for Haiti.
We know that as diaspora, and Haiti knows that, and others know that. And that's why we literally kind of like in a balloon where we're looking at Haiti, we're looking at what need to be done, but we cannot. We are like in this translucent balloon, but we're seeing everything that need to be done, but we can actually, start the project. So they kind of put us in that position as well, because they know that if we help, if we do what need to be done and it's been taken care of, there also won't be a diaspora.
Yeah.
Diaspora will be in Haiti. They know that as well.
Yeah.
So then that's the reason why the diaspora need to be and to get together.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
like I said, when I talk about the diaspora, I don't even see it in terms of like a financial, economic
No,
power.
not at all. The people.
Expertise, the human resources.
Yes.
Because there is no sector in this country where you would not find a Haitian. There are Haitians in all the economic sectors, Haitians in science, Haitians in the universities. So you have that resources.
You have that resources. You're almost like holding power in your hand.
Absolutely.
And but a lot of us don't know that, or they don't explore it.
You know, Haiti is not the only one. A lot of African countries have the same problem.
Yeah. There's something you said that Africa need to do more.
Yeah.
Not only need to do more, but when you said that also in terms of diplomacy, Haiti need to reach out.
Absolutely.
But the problem is that Haitians in Haiti, most people tend to have this expectation where the government need to make the first step, when I believe that's not true. We, the people, have to make the first step.
You could make the first step.
I don't like the idea that the people think that the government. It's not true. No. I don't believe that. For example, short example of what I've seen or a scenario is that us immigrants, we living in this country, right?
Yep.
Most other countries will believe that, or even the country, our motherland, will think that when us as immigrants, you and I and many others, that when we come here, the government gives us everything.
No.
The government pays for everything.
Not
everything
at all.
is free, everything is
No.
easy.
Yeah.
When, as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. No such thing exists. But when we come, do we rely on the government? Are we waiting on the government?
Not at all. Not at all.
You have to work hard. Regardless if you're starting as a youngster to go to school, to graduate, to go to college, to get a degree, to get a career, and to create a life, a family, and
Absolutely.
so on and so forth. The government have nothing to say. The government expecting from you when you work hard,
you pay
when you have a
taxes.
job, you pay taxes.
Yeah.
When you buy a house, you pay interest, you pay the bank, you pay insurance, you pay all these other things.
Absolutely.
Whatever you do, the government is actually expecting you. It's like, I'm giving you a place to stay, but you're paying me for everything.
Yeah.
So the government don't provide anything for us immigrants here. We do have an umbrella, we do have a place to stay, we do have a country that we are living in, but we do not have to rely on the government. Actually, for us as immigrants, we don't rely on the government. To my people, to the people of Haiti, to the diaspora, the government doesn't have to be the one who take the first step. The government doesn't have to be the one who have the first word. We, the people, have that right. We need to claim that right. We need to act on it, and we need to use it, because that's the power of the people. That's what I think I was stopping.
You have put it in the right way. I do realize that these days there are Haitians going to Africa, to Benin, for instance, for the Voodoo Days, which is an annual event organized in Benin. The celebration of African culture and African belief system. I met a couple of Haitians who are, how you call it in Haiti, Vaudouisans.
Okay.
And then they go to that big festival. It can be used as an entry point.
Yes.
It's just an entry point. And beyond that, there are so many other things happening in the continent and so much to explore in Africa.
Well,
But the thing is, like I said, you're too close to the big giants.
yeah.
You don't see beyond it.
The big giant doesn't want you to cripple you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the whole idea behind the whole thing. And not only because you were the first black nation who gained your independence, they don't want you because you show the world what you can be. If they let you be, what else can you be? Even though you're a small Caribbean nation, you can be actually the #1 leading nation.
Of course.
If you had done that in 1800, so the skies is the limit.
Yeah.
So therefore, because of that, we gotta stop you.
Yeah.
We gotta cripple you. We gotta pay people. We gotta, what do you call that?
Flood your street with drugs and guns.
And fears.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, literally, they're not threatening you, but they have people that can do that.
Yeah.
So therefore, it is so unfortunate and it's so hard. I am so heartbroken for my people to not realizing that by now. 223 years of independence since February 7th of 1986 till February 7th of 2026. Since the removal of Baby Doc, that's 40 years of turmoil Haiti been going through. So, but the unfortunate thing, the way we were taught, the thing that we were told and the thing that we were not told make us being so vulnerable to a point that we believe that we must wait on others to do for us what we can do for ourselves. So it is very sad for me to actually, feel that way and conclude it and realizing that's exactly what's happening. So, but we must rise again.
Absolutely.
We must rise again,
absolutely.
And we will rise again.
Absolutely. I believe in that. And again, it would be a pleasure to have another conversation with you. Haiti is I always tell my wife that I fell in love with Haiti.
Oh,
so,
I fell in love with your wife. Oh, she's Linda. She's such a wonderful person. And when I met her, I think that was last year at the NALA graduation for our friend Smith here, who is behind the camera. So he is the
he's
big
a NALA? Okay.
Yes, he's a NALA graduate. So then, and when she saw me, when I was talking about Haiti and she saw her passion, she said, my husband is in Haiti right now. And, he is this and that. I said, I cannot wait for him to come back. I would like to have a conversation with him.
Sure.
And thank you so very much for taking the time.
It's a pleasure.
Like I said, this is my first time, but I enjoyed it. I hope it was the same for you.
Thank you.
So we're looking forward for another conversation. Don't know when it will be, but we need to get more in depth into those type of conversation and wake up the diaspora because the diaspora is the gold mine of Haiti. Not in terms of economy, but in terms of intellectuals and in terms of
political
possibilities and togetherness. And the experience, the thing that we have overcome and all that, yes, we are the gold mine of a better tomorrow and a better Haiti. So I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so very much.
It's a pleasure. I will try my Creole and say, "Aïe bobo."
Oh, aïe bobo.
Aïe bobo, c'est, enfin, je ne suis pas sûr.
It's the Vaudouza salutation.
Salutation.
Yes. But I'm going to put you on the spot. You have to say something in Creole. You have to learn something in Creole. What did you learn in Creole? What's something good you learn in Creole? Qu'est-ce ça ou qu'a dit en créole? Pas français.
Moi voulais vivre en Haïti. Moi voulais travailler à Haïti. Moi voulais
vous voulez aider mon Haïti. Vous voulez aider Haïtiens. Vous voulez aider Haïtiens.
Et puis, Haïti, moi, remets au Haïti.
Oh, yes, mais pas grand monde qui va jamais aimer Haïti. Yeah, we remets Haïti. So, Mr. Sidi, once again, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
And we're looking forward for another interview.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yep.
And this is it. That's what we have for you today. however this conversation gonna be produced in part. So thank you so very much.